Hey guys, we're live. It worked.
We're live. We're live.
Nice.
I can see it.
Hey chat, how are you? I have a special guest with me. It's my first guest ever. I'm so excited. I have Adam from
Hello,
Adam's
everyone.
Land. Hey guys.
Hey, guys. How's it going? From Adam's Land and from Pub Talk as well. So,
And pub talk.
and Pub
Yes.
Talk, where you've been with us at Christmas. You came on
Yes.
the, yeah, that's
That
right.
was so much fun. We have to do that again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we have an awesome show. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share with you guys and I'm not going to show it yet. I actually have a version of the Pink Pam drink right here next to me. And Adam is going to show you guys how to make this. He's in the bar right now.
I'm in the bar and it's been a while. In fact, the last time I streamed from the bar was Christmas. So,
Oh my god.
but thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to make a drink for you, which I'm so pleased that you've confirmed that you like it. Because I
Yes.
should hasten to add, I'm not a professional bartender. I mean, I've bartended years ago, but I'm not. It's not something that I do for a living now. But I enjoy dabbling and making drinks and trying new cocktails and testing recipes and things like that, or creating a few. So yeah, it was good fun trying to make one that was befitting of you.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you. This all stemmed from going to Epcot and trying paging Mr. Morrow's drink
Yeah.
in the Mexico Pavilion, and it was what was it? It was peanut butter and banana. You really tasted the peanut butter, which was great. If they still have it, Adam, I know you're going to be here.
Yeah, we fly out the end of August, the 26th of August. We fly out. So when we come to Epcot, we're really hoping it's still going to be there.
Still
Can you taste
there.
the whiskey? Can you taste the whiskey in it?
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh, it
yeah,
was strong.
yeah, because I love an old fashioned. And I know Nate loves old fashions. So obviously, the peanut butter old fashioned it is right up his street. So yeah, we're really looking forward to trying that.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I hope it's there for you. But hey guys, hey chat.
Fingers crossed.
I see my amazing mods in chat. I see TD, my
Hey,
first
TD.
mod ever. Hey TD.
Ah,
TD, stop making me. Why? Why? Stop, TD. I
TD's
see
from
the
Europe as well, right?
yes,
Yeah,
Germany.
Germany. I was born in Germany, so
Really? No
I,
way.
I was. But yeah, my parents were in the military, so I was born on a Royal Air Force base in Germany back in 1981. God, a long time ago. Long time ago.
My gosh, you
The
may know
internet didn't
TD.
even exist then.
The internet wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
YouTube wasn't a thing.
that's right.
Um, but that's awesome. I have a lot of like background in Germany, Irish, so yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
and
Oh, nice.
English. So that's awesome. Hey TD and the real Steven TV.
Hey, Stephen.
Um, oh, they're saying maybe turn up your mic a little bit. Can you
Turn
turn
up
up
my
the
mic a little bit. Yeah, that's
volume?
fine. I can play around with that.
Thanks,
So,
guys.
thank you, guys.
Thanks, Fuzzy Wuzzy. I love saying your name. Hey, Michael. Hey, Surf Bum. Oh, that's
Surf Bum
awesome.
John.
John. He was born in France. Oh my
Oh wow.
gosh.
I did not
Guys,
know that, John. That's
you
cool.
guys have such interesting lives. I'm not that cool. Hey, Drew. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us on this special stream. I'm so excited.
And when you say you're not that cool, I think everyone in the chat will beg to differ. I'm just gonna say, like,
I'm
they're
really
they're
not.
they're here on all of your streams. I think they think you're cool. So yeah,
Thank
there's
you.
no danger of that.
Thank you. But thanks, guys. Hey, Dole Whip Dave, another one of my amazing mods. Hey, Dole Whip Dave. Hey, Will, how are you? Hey, guys. I'm going to go back and check. Hey, Kylie. Hey, guys. Hey, Max. Hey, Ace. Hey, MP. Hey, WDW Stream Finder. Jimmy. Hey, Stan. Hey, Zanelax. You guys ready to make a drink? Should we start with the video first?
You can start with the video. Can I just do an audio check? Can people
Yeah,
in the chat let me know whether that's any better? I have turned my microphone up a bit on my end, so fingers crossed it's a bit better for the viewer.
it sounds good to me.
Okay, good. That's
Mic check.
mic
Mic
check.
check.
Mic check testing 1 2. Sounds great, says Max. Thank you, Max.
Nice. Thank you, Max.
Better. Ace says better as well, so that's good. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, cool. So I'm excited. Adam made this awesome video. I was not expecting this at all. It's like a legit, it's like movie production.
Oh God.
It's crazy. I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, so hold on. You guys ready? You guys ready? So if you guys actually got the ingredients for the drink,
You posted the ingredients out, right?
I did.
You did. Okay.
Well, actually, Mom did. Mom posted.
I have an empty glass, so I'm gonna make mine because you've got one already, haven't you?
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one along with myself, and yeah, and I'll try not to make a mess.
Yeah, so if you guys got the ingredients, oh, and Steven just posted it in chat too. Thank you, Steven. Hey, Keith. So you guys can make it along with us, or just watch the video back. It'll be on here. The live stream will be up after. So, okay, guys. So let me get this all set up. Share my screen, and the video just disappeared. Hold on.
Always the fun with live. There's always,
Always.
you know, yeah, we do this all the time in pub talk, and there's always something that goes wrong. It's fine.
Well, what's funny is that I started YouTube, and I am so not good with technology at all. So it's kind of funny that I'm doing this. So.
It just takes a bit of practice, and it'll become second nature before you know it. So
thank you. Adam's just trying to make me feel better.
No, I read it.
No, I know. Okay, so here. Okay, I think I got it now. Present.
There we go. Right, PinkPam, Pamela, Pam's mum, Pamela, anyone else who's making this, anyone else who's watching, welcome. It is time. Welcome to the bar, and welcome to the pink drink. So as you can see, I've got some ingredients out ready. Probably doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. I am making a twist on the mojito. I know, Pam, you're a fan of the mojito. So this is the PinkPam mojito. Yeah, okay, I probably need some work, but bear with me. Anyway, what we've got some ingredients here. We've got some fresh blueberries, not pinkberries, blueberries. You'll see why. We've got some fresh mint, obviously always a key part of the mojito. We've got some fresh lemon slices already sliced up. We've got some frozen blueberries as well. We've got Bacardi, because obviously you need rum for your mojito. Bacardi is all good. You can use spiced rum if you like, if you want to vary it up a little bit. But Bacardi's all good for that. We've got some sugar syrup. We've got some pink Prosecco. See where I'm going with this? We've got our soda water. And we've got some lime juice at the end there. We're not going to need too much of that. You don't want to make it too citrusy. Obviously, we do have the lemon in there as well, so that's why you don't want too much of the lime juice. But what we're going to do, to start off with, we're going to take some of the fresh blueberries, and we're just going to pour some of those into the glass. You want a good layer of those at the bottom of your glass, like so. And then we're going to take a couple of slices of the lemon as well. So a good couple of slices of lemon in there. Two or three is fine. So let's take a look. Get that one in there as well. And then you need a muddler. You're going to muddle all this up at the bottom. So make sure it all mashes up. You want the blueberries to explode and burst and get all their juices in there. You want the lemon juice all in there, flowing together, because this is what's going to give the colour that we're after. I'll give you a hint. It's not blue. The hint's in the name. So muddle all these blueberries and the lemon together. Just keep
squashing it down, get all the juices flowing like so. And when you take the muddler out, just make sure you're not taking half the fruit out and half the juice out with you. You want to leave all that good stuff in there. So just give it a run around the glass. Just make sure you're not taking out too much of it. We've got a bit of blueberry pulp on there, so if I can get that to stay in. There we go. Okay. So after that, you want to get some of your fresh mint. Obviously, mint is a key part, like we said. So break off some leaves. If you want to use a little bit of a stem in there as well, that's absolutely fine. Take a couple of leaves and tear them off as well. Just get them torn up in your hand, and then obviously in your hand, give them a good clap to get the oils running, and chuck them into your glass. Let's just get a little bit more as well. I want it nice and minty in there. Okay, so get them in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Bacardi, key ingredient. I'm going to take a double measure. So, look at that, I've just emptied this first bottle that I had. So, a nice double measure and get that into the glass, like so. And that bottle can go to the recycling. Okay, now you want your sugar syrup in there. Just a single measure of that. You know, it brings a bit of the sweetness in there, so a single measure of sugar syrup. Get that in the glass as well, like so. Okay, we're going to add in some of the frozen blueberries just to give it its colour and its look. Screw the fingers, but it's me drinking it. And just a bit of ice as well. You know, cool that drink down nicely. Okay. Next we want a double measure of Prosecco. Pink Prosecco specifically. Get that into the glass like so. And towards the end, we just want to add in just a little dash of lime juice, not too much. You don't want to make it overbearing. Believe me, I've tried it. And then at the end, just a smidgen of soda water, not too much. Again, you don't want to drown it too much. Now, take a mixing spoon and just gently run that through the bottom of the glass. Bring in the mint, the blueberries, the lemon, all towards the top through the ice. Make sure you don't chuck the drink everywhere. Don't do it too fast. But this brings the colours out as well, like so. That's what we want. Now, last thing, you want to add a straw in to drink it, and then just a mint garnish on the top, and there is the PinkPam mojito. Enjoy. Cheers.
That was amazing. We got
Cheers.
our drinks. Cheers. Thank you. I think I put too many blueberries in mine, but
It's the blueberries can make it difficult with the straw sometimes, but but it's fine. You can discard the straw if you need, and just it's better through a straw, but yeah. but yeah, no, it's I think I've just made a better version now than the one I made the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But maybe it's because I'd tried like a few the other night. The first one I made, I put way too much lime juice in, and I was like, no, I need to scale that back a bit. So yeah.
Okay.
Hence when I said, trust me, I know. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Thank you. Everybody's saying great video. That was amazing. Thank you so much for doing
Thank you
that.
guys. No, it was good fun. Do you know there was a pub talk episode. We're going back maybe a couple of years ago, and I was challenged by Rob Fuzz to do as many different cocktails as I could. So we did, like, throughout the stream. We must have streamed for a couple of hours, and I did several different cocktails, and it was good fun. Except there was no one else here to drink them, so so it kind of, yeah.
You
So
just
it became a bit challenging, to sort of stay focused, should I say, like, but but yeah, it was good. It's a lot of people said then I should maybe do videos like one per cocktail and just release them on my channel. I've never got around to doing it yet, but there we go. That can be the first one, the pink pan
you
mojito.
should. You should. I would be honored if I was the first drink. So
You are, yeah, you can be the first one. If I do a series of different cocktails, yours will be the first one. So,
thank you. Thank you.
okay.
And thank you guys who just came into to chat. Hey Spider. Hey Lucas. Hey guys. Um but yeah, so now we have our drinks and everything. Should we talk a little bit Disney news? Any Disney
Absolutely.
news? Universal, so many things are happening, um, especially at Universal. But let's start with Disney. I was looking at Disney Food Blog today, and there was, I don't know if it's really much news. I think they've been talking about this. Adam and I were talking about this before the stream. Um, they've been talking about the expansion behind Magic Kingdom for a long time now. And there's still all these rumors. Nothing has been confirmed yet. But I thought we would talk about some of the kind of the rumors based off of the concept art. And people seem to think that it's going to be Coco themed based on the art and everything. But now there's some rumors that it might be Encanto or it might be a mixture of Coco and Encanto. And then also a Villain's Land, which I would love a Villain's Land. I don't know about you, Adam, but
I I think there's been a big clamour for a Villain's Land for a long time. I don't know whether they said which park they might, it might end up going in. I would be surprised if they went with a Villain's Land at Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom seems to be, it's Cinderella's castle and Mickey Mouse and all those kind of kids' favorites. It's Walt's Park. It's the playground, and I'd be surprised if they had a Villain's Land there. I know that Coco and Encanto that you just mentioned are still massively underrepresented. I know, like, you can meet Mirabelle certain places now, but Coco and Encanto are still really massively underrepresented. So it would make sense. Although I know they were talking about possibly having some of that in the kind of Latin America inspired thing that might replace Dinosaur Land at Animal Kingdom as well. So yeah, it's interesting to see. I would definitely love a Villain's Land.
yeah.
Yeah, whether it would be at Magic Kingdom or not, I'm not sure, and I would enjoy it anywhere. I do think, and you might agree with this, like that Disney seems to have this thing where they get a lot of their theming right, but then every now and then they'll throw an absolute curveball that no one saw coming, like the Moana thing at Epcot,
Hmm.
or Mick and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Hollywood Studios, when really Magic Kingdom would be perfect for that attraction.
Yes.
So yeah, there's always a curveball, but I guess we'll see what they choose to do.
I know. I know there is construction. It's not a big area back there, but I'm sure they'll be able to make some kind of space. I think they mentioned in the article that I was looking at on Disney Food Blog that it's about the size of Batuu, Star Wars Land.
Oh, okay.
So it's a decent size. I don't know if they'll be able to fit all those IPs in there. But I would actually love a Villains Land. Um, I feel like it could fit in that haunted mansion area. That's where everybody was kind of like they saw this like castle in the concept art, and they thought, oh, it's Maleficent and her castle and everything, which I would be all for.
That would be very
Um,
cool.
yeah. But a Coco, I actually just recently watched Coco. I didn't watch Coco when it came out, and I really did
Oh
like
wow.
Coco. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful story and film. We rewatched it actually. I think it was last year we rewatched it, and Kim had never seen it before. But we like she kind of became familiar with some of the music from it because it was in like harmonious and things like that. So so she was singing these songs, but she was like, I've never seen Coco, so I made her watch it, and yeah, it's such a beautiful film. So
Yeah, I cried. Hey, Ash.
yeah,
I cried big time
yeah,
at the
it's
end of
good.
Coco. So, hey guys, hey everybody that just came in the chat. Hi. I'm so used to talking to chat. I'm like I want to say hi over here, but I
Don't let me detract you from talking to the chat.
no no no
I'm just
no no
over
no.
here in the corner making drinks. That's fine.
It's just so weird for me. I'll get used to it though. But yeah, I'm excited to see. Hopefully, everything comes through. I feel like Disney has let us down with some promises and everything. So, well, hopefully we get something cool back there.
Yeah, I mean the last two D23s they haven't really promised much. It was all just very, oh we might do this. Oh, we'll thinking about maybe this, and it just felt like they were just kind of testing the waters, like dipping a toe in and kind of saying what do you think? And they haven't really promised much in the last two D23s. I think everyone's kind of gone, still no news then really,
Hmm.
so yeah, so hopefully we get some concrete news soon. Did you say there's already construction then behind Big Thunder or?
Apparently, there is some kind of construction going
Oh
on.
wow, amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
intriguing to know.
I
Cause
don't know
cause,
what, but
yeah, because I know Tiana's. I think the walls have all come down now, and are people starting to test it now?
people are starting to write it now.
Yeah, wow,
And then I think they have pass holder previews in like 2 weeks, I think.
nice, nice.
Unfortunately, I missed that and I'm so
Oh,
sad, but
oh no.
I'll get it right it's eventually.
I,
So,
I'm gonna try to avoid it if I can because I wanna have that surprise. So when it came to obviously my last trip out to Florida was just coming up to 2 years ago, September 2022, and that was a holiday that should have happened in 2020, but we all know what happened then instead. So so it got delayed a couple of years, and in that time I was avoiding watching anything to do with Galaxy's Edge, watching anything to do with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, watching anything to do with Hagrid's, over at Universal or Velocicoaster. I was trying to avoid everything just so I still had that element of surprise. So yeah, I'll try and avoid Tiana's as well.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and likewise, I've avoided Tron mostly as well. So
Oh, really? Yeah. Well,
yeah, yeah.
it's a good ride. It's just super short.
Yeah, as I've been told it's short, but yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I'm sure it'll be fun. But like you say, if it's super short, it might not beat Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that. So
No, yeah. I mean, I preferred Guardians, but I really thought the queue in Tron was really cool. There's one part where you're standing in line and you're right above the track, and you get
nice.
to see people take off. So it's really
Wow. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah, and if I can, yeah, because I'm gonna guess. Well, unless they flip it to Tiana's to be the lightning lane, I'm gonna, and it's maybe easier to get Tron if it's not sort of coming back at certain times. I'd like to do Tron at night. I think like from pictures I've seen, it would be yeah, it looks very cool at night. So yeah,
Yeah. No, it is. It is really cool at night. I do recommend you going on at night if you can. So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'll try and do.
Hey, Mr. Disney King. No, this isn't. This is an old hat. I didn't get that hat yet. And I don't think anybody's guessed what animal it's it's gonna be. But yeah, but hey, welcome, Mr. Disney King. Hey, Lawrence. Pam, you only need a reservation at any park in order to join the virtual queue. Oh, is that for Tiana? Other parks are available?
You guys still need to make reservations, don't you? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, whereas I think with our tickets now, like the international tickets, we don't have to make reservations now. We can just turn up on the day, I
Oh,
believe. Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, that's
which,
cool.
yeah, I think they changed that in January of this year. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it makes it so much better because I mean, if we come out to Florida because it's an international flight and you come in such a long way, you tend to come for like 2 weeks at a
Mm-hmm.
time. It's not worth coming for just 5 days. Like like people that maybe are coming from Georgia or the Carolinas or somewhere like that. That it's easier for them to come for 4 or 5 days and still make it a worthwhile trip. But if we're going to fly all that way, it's you kind of want to do a couple of weeks. So because it's such an exhausting holiday, then where you're on your feet every day, walking a ridiculous distance every day around all of the parks. Um, it's just one of those things where you kind of want to rest it. Like some days you'll wake up and just go, no, today I'm going to sit by the pool and just recover a little bit. And it's so difficult to do that if you had to make reservations for all the parks because you didn't want to miss out on something then. So it's
Yeah.
good. It's good to not have those reservations now.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, on certain days we don't have to have reservations and like certain times, but yeah, for we still have to have reservations at certain points. So
Yeah,
even as pass holders. So
yeah.
um but maybe one day that'll change. Um
Fingers crossed.
hopefully. But yeah, if you could pick, like if you could add anything to any Disney park, like what would you add? Like, since they're adding a possible Coco um
If
addition
I
to Magic Kingdom, and it can be any park either. Like it can be wherever.
That's a good question. If I could pick anything, I'm not sure I've got a new concept per se for any of the parks, and the
Mm-hmm.
reason being is because I my mind isn't the genius of Disney Imagineering. Like the what they've come up with and surpassed themselves with time and time again with everything they did. At Magic Kingdom to begin with, and then at Epcot, and then at Hollywood Studios, and then the stuff at Animal Kingdom, and then they kind of surpassed it by tearing stuff down and creating new things, mostly for the better, sometimes not. Like Imagination is not as good now as it was back in the day, and there'll always be a clamour for a lot of the old Epcot still.
Mm.
But like Pandora and then Galaxy's Edge and things like that, Disney Imagineering just surpasses itself time and again. So I'm not sure I've got a new concept, but like I say, that clamour for some of the old stuff. I would love a Fifth Gate, which just has some of the old classics that people like. I first went to Disney World in 1991, and I went several times in the 1990s, and there are just things that aren't there anymore that I think are a huge miss. Even though like I say, sometimes what has replaced it is maybe better, maybe not always, but there's always going to be that clamour for some of the old attractions at Epcot, like the original Imagination or
Mm-hmm.
Horizons and things like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I would like to see. Yeah, I like a bit of nostalgia. So
No, that's awesome. I would love that. So having all old school Disney. I'm definitely old school Disney. So
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, I always thought, like, I know over is it Tokyo Disney Sea or is it Tokyo Disneyland that has the new Beauty and the Beast add-on with like Frozen. I can't remember if a chat. Chat, do you know if
I'm
it's
not sure which park that is. Yeah,
it's
I'm not
either,
sure.
I know it's in Japan, but I would love that at Magic Kingdom if they had an area back there to kind of expand Belle's area in The Little Mermaid. That'd be
Yeah,
my run.
I do. I love the enchantment with Belle, like the show. I took my daughter to that when she was younger. And obviously the Little Mermaid ride as well. Ebony loved Ariel, so yeah. So I do think they're great little rides, but it's such a small area that because it's in transition from what's it called, the Mickey.
Fantasyland
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah.
Fantasyland and the Toon Book
Yeah,
Circus.
that
That's
like
yeah,
the circus kind of
yeah,
area. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so if they could kind of push that out a little bit, that's what I would like. Oh, Jessica thinks it's Tokyo, Frozen, Rapunzel, and Neverland.
Nice.
I know they definitely added Frozen. I know that was a big part. Is it Shanghai Disney? I know. Is it Tokyo Disneyland? I thought it was somewhere. Tokyo Disneyland. I think it's there. Hey, Tipsy Tuna. Necklace more often. Yeah, it's actually from the Polynesian. It's the little like lays that they give you.
I think Andrew just asked me a question about what do I think of Bob Iger's running of Disney. I mean, I thought Bob Chapek had to go. That is something I will say. I don't think enough has changed under Iger yet for me to make a fair assessment. You know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all know how Iger ran it in the past, and I much preferred his running in his first term to Bob Chapek's running of it. But I suppose they, like every business, they all had to make some tough decisions after the pandemic and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
But but yeah, I think Chapek had to go. So we'll see how Iger gets on. He's not going to be there long term because he's already retired once.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully good things.
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Exactly. Just hope for the best.
And I know we were saying before we went live, we were saying off air that this year, with D23 coming up in a couple of months, this has got to be a big year for Disney. Have to hit this one out of the park, because the last two D23s have been a huge miss, and Universal have kind of left them in their wake a little bit. So Disney have got to get it right this year. So there's a lot of pressure on Iger there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely have to do something amazing in the upcoming years. Because Universal Epic Universe is going to be crazy. It's
It's gonna be
amazing
crazy.
passing the construction and seeing everything and seeing how fast they're building everything.
Yeah,
It's pretty insane. And just the whole concept of everything, of the parks, and then the hotels. Very similar to, I think it's Tokyo Disney Sea has a hotel that looks over in the park, so you can have a hotel room that looks over inside the park. So they're doing that over in Epic Universe, so it's going to be interesting.
you kind
And
of get that in Disneyland Paris as well. Like the Disneyland
do
Paris
you
hotel, you kind of go under the hotel to as the entrance to the park. So
really? Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that. Oh, that's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's such a beautiful hotel.
Wow. I have to get over to the other Disney parks and everything. What parks have you been to? Like, is it
I've been to the original Disneyland in Anaheim. I've obviously been to Disney World many times, and I've been to Paris a couple of times.
wow?
So yeah, I would love to do the Far East ones. And when we decided that we were going to get married, Kim and I, and we started looking at honeymoons, our original plan was to do a Far East cruise. And so if we'd done a Far East cruise, we would have tried to have done Hong Kong, Disney, and Tokyo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but then while we were looking at cruises, she started looking at Disney cruises. And I think like we saw some Tim Tracker videos and things that going on the Disney cruises, and then and Kim had never been to Orlando by this point, and so when we went, she was there 2 or 3 days, and she went, "Should we just come here? It's great." And I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to ask me twice." Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
I'm already sold. So yeah,
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Orlando for 19 nights it is. So yeah,
Wow, that's gonna be awesome.
yes,
That's
yes,
so cool. And we
and we're
have
gonna meet
to,
up, right? We're gonna meet
yes,
up,
I was
and
gonna say, I'm like, we have to like do something. I know
yeah,
you're,
yeah. Have a drink, go for dinner, whatever it is. Like, hang out in the
yes.
parks. Yeah, let's do some stuff. And that's because there's other people in Orlando as well. I'd love to get a big group of us together if possible, and do something
Yeah.
fun. I think that'd be good fun. So
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And you're vlogging, right? Are you vlogging? Are you live streaming anything?
I will definitely be vlogging. Yes, bought a new camera for that. So
Nice.
yeah, so I'll definitely be vlogging. If I can do one or two lives as well, yes, there is a potential pub talk live drinking around the world, which we did last time as well. I did the drinking around the world at Epcot as a pub talk, and so I just need to sort of coordinate it with Rob, and yeah, a live drink around the world pub talk would be good fun. So yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
If I'm invited, thank you.
If you want to come and drink around the world, you are more than welcome. Yeah, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
definitely.
Are you,
Definitely.
are you gonna have a drink in every country?
I don't know. I may, I'll have like a sip at every country.
I was gonna say, yeah, you'd have to get an Uber that day. So.
Yes, no, definitely. Um, everybody's talking about mom's birthday in chat. What is going on? Yeah, mom's birthday is coming up. It's next week, guys. We're actually going to have a special live stream next week for mom's birthday. So I'm
Nice.
excited for that.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday for next week, Connie.
Yes. Gemini birthdays are the best. Hey, Chris. And I saw some people in chat saying they came over from Living in Diz. Thank you guys. I'm actually going to be on Living in Diz's podcast next Wednesday, June 5th. So, day after mom's birthday. So I hope to see you guys all there. And then also, someone's asking, ooh, Adam, what is your YouTube channel called? Asked Shannon. Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. My YouTube channel is called Adam's Land. It's all
Adam's
my
Land.
land.
Check it out. Check it out right here. That's Instagram, and then also I thought I saw Adam's
It should be
YouTube.
YouTube. It should be youtube.com/AdamsLand. All one word.
Yes, someone in chat, and I'll pop it up as soon as.
Thank you,
Oh,
Jen.
just subscribe. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Here's Adam's channel, guys. Check him out.
Thank you, guys.
But yeah, talking about Epic Universe and Universal. Universal is going big with their Halloween Horror Nights news already. It's causing kind of a little bit, not a total controversy, but people are a little confused. They announced their 6 original houses already, and usually they kind of stagger it out, and they just kind of just like, bam, here's all the original houses. Have you heard anything about Halloween Horror Nights this year, Adam? Have you ever been to
I
it before?
I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights before. We are intending to do it this year, and the thing is, whenever I've done Florida in the past, like the past 3 trips, I've always had my daughter with me, so it's just one of those things where it was never gonna really work out.
Yeah,
But
no.
obviously this time it's just me and Kim, so we can let our hair down. We can have a late night on City Walk if we want to. We can go to Halloween Horror Nights if we want to. We can go to Disney Boardwalk for some late night drinks, whatever we want to do. And so yeah, there's a lot we're planning, and Horror Nights is definitely one of those things. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I'm right in thinking, was last year the 30th year they've been doing it or something, or
Oh no,
Or
it
in the last
was
couple of years?
2 years ago. It was
2 years ago.
the 31st. So it was like a
31st,
big
right?
like
Yeah.
Halloween themed. I missed that one. Last year was actually the first time I ever went to Halloween Horror Nights. I
Oh,
was
okay.
always too afraid to go to it.
Oh, yeah.
And but honestly, I mean, I can watch some horror movies and everything, but I'm not big with like gory, scary, like that kind of movie.
Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, it's not for me. But honestly, going in some of the houses, and the houses were scary. I'm not saying they're not scary, but it was kind of amazing to see how much they got done and the detail and just the storytelling they have. There's so many things. Like every time you go into a house, you can see something different. Mostly because you're like, I'm scared. Oh my gosh. But, but it's kind of amazing. I really loved last year. They had a house that was dedicated to an old ride that they had, Dueling Dragons.
Dueling Dragons.
Um,
Yeah, I remember that ride. Yeah.
yeah, and so it was themed to Dueling Dragons. So that was just beautiful. Like you just walked in and you really felt like you were, in a fantasy type book with dragons and castles and apparently they're going to have a little bit of a connection to one of the original houses this year. So I'm excited
Nice.
about that.
Was Dueling Dragons House last year the one where you had to make a choice when you walked in whether you went fire or ice, and
Yes.
then at the end you found out whether you picked the right one or not? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah,
I got to do it twice. And so I picked one either way. I actually only won. I think I because like you win or lose, and
yeah.
so I think I only won once.
Oh no.
But I don't know. It was just really cool. But I know we have some Halloween Horror Nights uh, fans. Yeah, Mr. Disney King. Yeah, they only have 4 IPs left to announce. You know them? How do you know them if they didn't announce them yet, though, Mr. Disney King? Do you know something?
Ah,
What's
some
going
people
on?
who are in the know.
Well, I know some rumors. I'm pretty sure since they kind of dedicated the summer tribute store, which we may be visiting soon on a live stream. Um,
Nice.
they kind of dedicated it to Ghostbusters. There's a lot of Ghostbusters theming in it, so I heard that that was one of the IPs. Am I right, Mr. Disney King? That was
I
a rumor.
I've heard a rumor about Ghostbusters as well. Because what have they announced so far? Is it Triplets of Terror,
Hmm.
Monstrous, the monsters of
Monstrous.
the monsters of Latin America. So the museum, Deadly Exhibits,
Hmm.
Major Sweets, Candy Factory. Major Sweets was a character at Halloween Horror Nights a couple of years ago, I think, wasn't he? So
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
scare zone at the 31st.
at the
Uh,
31st one. Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, and then Goblin's Feast and Slaughter Cinema 2. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Slaughter Cinema 2, that was a previous house. I mean, I think it was just called Cinema. Now it's Slaughter Cinema 2.
the
Um,
sequel.
yeah, the sequel.
Yeah.
And that's like you're going in through like B movies, like B horror movies.
Oh, cool.
And I can't remember. I think it was on Kevin Heimbach's channel. He knows everything about Halloween Horror Nights, so shout out to him. And
Nice.
he had, I'm pretty sure it was him, and he had um, some kind of information with that at a convention. They had an announcement of a character for Slaughter Cinema, that one of the rooms was going to be dedicated to music, specifically metal music. And they had this like guy come out in costume, and he had like a big mohawk, and he was like a
Nice.
skeleton. So it's apparently there's a lot of music theming to this year, which is interesting. Um, I
I
think we
can get on
saw,
board with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of that in the in the merch that they release. So I'm excited for that for sure. And then we, like you mentioned before, Major Sweets Candy Factory was a scare zone before. So I'm excited to see if it smells like candy. Hopefully it
Hopefully.
smells like candy.
Yeah.
Apparently last year the Exorcist house had a scene that was very smelly. So I'm glad
Oh,
I didn't
really?
go into that house. It's like one of the houses I refuse to go into. But and then they mentioned the museum, the deadly exhibit, and there's like weird speculation around that one where some people think it's going to be like a regular museum, like it's just like the exhibits are kind of haunted, kind of like you're in like the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
But then some people are saying that it might be like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame museum where
Mm.
like they're coming to life and kind of causing havoc. Um, so I thought that was interesting because apparently they were going to have a Lady Gaga house this year that got canceled. That was
Oh,
another thing Kevin mentioned too. So shout out to him again. But again with the music, and then Goblin's Feast. That's the Dueling Dragons,
that's
kind
the one
of
that's linked. Yeah.
sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see, I guess. Apparently, we're going to have a bunch of information coming out in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully, we get to see the actual IPs. So, hey, Phil. I just saw Phil come in. Hey, Dwayne. Sorry, guys.
Hey guys.
But yeah, they just announced a new event that you may be interested. I don't know if you'll probably, I think you'll be here. I think it is on August 29th.
Oh yeah, we'll be
They're
there for that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they're having a special thing they just announced. It's called Premium Scream Night. It's the day before um, the like Halloween Horror Night starts because it officially
Okay.
starts August 30th.
Yeah.
And it's apparently kind of like a preview where you get to go into all 10 houses. You
Nice.
get free like snacks. It's almost like a Disney after hours party. It's
Oh,
kind of,
like one of those late night events where
yeah.
or yeah, Universal do a lot of the is it the Orlando Informer events, like they do late night
Informer.
events like yeah. So
Hmm. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, the tickets go on sale, I think next week on June 6th. So
Okay, I'll look out for that. Yeah, I'll
they
look
are
out for that.
expensive though.
It's
For
always
the
the way,
one
isn't it?
night for the one night, what do you think it is for one
Oh,
ticket?
I dread to think. I dread to think. Go on.
So for pass holders, you get a $25 discount. It's only $325.
Oh wow. I might not do that. I might not. I might have to give that event a miss. It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Weddings are not cheap. So, so weddings are not cheap. Honeymoons are not cheap, and it's one of
Yeah.
those that we're having to yeah, just kind of save every penny we've got at the minute for this trip and things. So yeah, so to try and justify then spending $700 on one night, as tempting as it would be, yeah, it'd be tricky to justify it. So yeah,
Especially when I mean, I feel like it's almost like you're getting like a preview of Halloween Horror Nights in a
yeah,
sense.
exactly, yeah,
But they have the VIP tours, but I was actually because I wanted to do a VIP tour. It's like RIP tour that they have.
nice.
But that's expensive. I think the lowest it ranges from $380 to $500.
Wow, yeah.
Um,
I saw. I think Tim Tracker did one of the sort of RIP tours last year, and I watched it, and it looked good fun. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, it's again, if it's justifying the cost, isn't it? You know, they look great fun. I have done a VIP tour of Universal Hollywood, but
Okay.
not Halloween Horror Nights, just the Universal Hollywood itself.
Just
And
so you know.
yeah, and the VIP tours are great fun, and Universal really go above and beyond with it. Like, you know, so I dare say the Halloween Horror Nights ones would be amazing to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, well worth
Yeah,
every
no.
penny. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're here for, vacation and it's kind of like a once in a lifetime thing, I think it's, if you can try to do it.
yeah,
Especially if you want to get into all the houses and experience, as much as you can. So,
yeah, definitely.
um, but but yeah, I saw somebody mention uh, Mickey's Not So Scary. Have you ever been to any of those parties?
I've never been to a Mickey's Not So Scary. No, I've not been to any Disney after hours events really. Like I've been to Orlando. Like this will be my 10th time when we fly out this time. So, um, but I've never done any of the after hours events really. So again, it's one of those things that I've been tempted to
Hmm.
do, like Mickey's Not So Scary, but I do think I probably wouldn't do it unless I had my daughter with me, if that makes sense. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because it's obviously completely different to Horror Nights, you know, and I don't think if I'm right in saying, I don't think Orlando really does many overlays on their attractions either, do they? For Mickey's Not So Scary, not
No.
not not like Anaheim does. I know Anaheim does a few things, like, you know. So yeah, so it's one of those things where if I was going to spend the extra, yeah, I'd maybe do it if I had Ebony with me, but yeah, we'll see, we'll see. It's something that we've not ruled out for this trip, but it's not something that we're actively looking at either.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's mostly during, like the holidays and everything.
Yeah,
They have the after hours, like at Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, where you just get to go on the rides and everything. They have special character meet and greets, but yeah, so the parties are nice. And if you can get to them, I it's hard to pick between the Mickey's Not So Scary and the Christmas party. They both have like different things. I really do like the Halloween party, and I do know that Chris uh, likes the Halloween party too. He had an amazing costume of Captain Jack Sparrow. So.
nice.
Ooh, and the Oogie Boogie Bash. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be out there, and I've never been in Florida in November. I've been in September, August, September, October. I've never been in there in November though. I've always wanted to see what it's like though, where you go to Magic Kingdom on Halloween on October 31st, and then you go back on November 1st, and it's completely transformed. Like, you know, and they've done it after everyone's gone home. It's just, you know, that level of work. You know, it must be amazing to see it all transform the way it does overnight, ready for park opening the next morning. So yeah, I have always wanted to kind of be there to see that, you know, to walk into a completely different place, which is the same place. You know, it's yeah, that must be something to behold.
It is. It is pretty crazy. It's like one day it's Halloween, the next day it's Christmas.
Christmas,
So
yeah,
no in between. So and Halloween starts here in August. So
yeah. You guys go early on things, like, yeah. I know. I mean, Halloween is huge in America, and it's when I was it's got bigger in the UK, but it like when I was a kid growing up, a lot of people just weren't into Halloween in the UK. It wasn't a big thing to begin with, um, and like I say, it's got bigger now, and people make more of a deal of it. But still, certainly not in August and not in September. Like, nobody would even breathe Halloween. Mention it under their breath, kind of thing. And in August or September, it only kind of comes into consideration in October. You know, so yeah. Whereas obviously you guys go really big on it. Like you say, it starts in August, so it's
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
it is.
oh,
It's funny to see as a Brit when you're out there and you're like, oh, the pumpkins are out. What? It's August. Yeah,
I know
yeah,
it's a bit weird. I think it's the theme parks kind of push it a little bit. It's
yeah,
weird though because I feel like I'm originally from New York, and I feel like for the holidays, us Long Islanders, we went big with decorations for every single holiday, like
yeah.
just every holiday. And I feel like moving down here to Florida, people really don't decorate a lot for anything.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
maybe because there's no four seasons anymore, so it's like, why are we putting out pumpkins, and
Yeah.
when it's 90 degrees out. But do they decorate a lot over in the UK?
Yes. Definitely for Christmas.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, yeah. Halloween, like I say, it started like it's grown in popularity definitely over the last 20, 30 years. Like it's grown in popularity, whereas in the in the sort of late 1980s, the sort of mid to late 1980s and early 1990s, not everyone was kind of into it, and it would only be literally a one night thing back then. There was no decorations in the run up to Halloween. It was literally people would go all out for that one day and that one day only. Whereas now over the last few years you've started seeing decorations go up maybe a week or two before Halloween. And it's kind of it's not as prolonged as Christmas and New Year and things still, but it's getting bigger and more popular.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like to what I like to do is I have like a shower curtain, like a clear shower curtain, and so I'll go into our living room, pull back our blinds and our normal curtains, and I'll put this shower curtain up and have a projector project sort of spooky images onto it and stuff like that. And it
Cool.
looks really cool from the outside. So
That's
it
so
kind of
awesome.
it kind of makes the house look a bit like the haunted mansion from the outside. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, and then I'll get sort of green or green and orange colored lights and a smoke machine and stuff. And I like to kind of make a bit of effort when the kids come knocking to trick or treat and things like that, and put on a costume and just make it a bit of fun.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, I was kind of shocked coming down here and seeing that, especially since like the theme parks are so big with the holidays. But I guess maybe they just go there for the holidays and they just don't bother to decorate or anything,
yeah,
at least outside.
yeah.
So, but yeah. Um,
Do you still go big for it though?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
My mom is the queen of decorating for the holidays. So she'll even she'll bring me over. She's like, I got you this for 4th of July. Here you go.
nice.
So yeah, she's like, do you want this? I bought extra from Hobby Lobby. So,
Our
so
our next door neighbour's like that. She goes big on decorating for any excuse to decorate, and she will do it. But so when it comes to Christmas, especially, like she will go really big on her decorations. But we try to then match and beat her, and it's almost become a running joke now of the last few years. A bit like what's that film with Danny DeVito? Is it Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick? Is it Deck the Halls? The Christmas film.
oh yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
where they're kind of trying to outdo each other with, with all the lights and stuff, and we started doing that almost like just trying to outdo each other with outdoor decorations, and yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that was that
awesome.
was that was good fun. That's always good fun. So,
That's cool. That's kind of how it was in New York. Like people would try to outdo each other.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I love the holidays here in the parks at least. So yeah, so if you ever get a chance to go to any of the parties, I highly recommend you do it.
yeah.
So,
Like I say, we haven't ruled it out this year
yeah.
for Mickey's Not So Scary. So we'll see. It depends whether we kind of because, like I say, there's a lot of things that we have kind of drawn up a bit of a bucket list of what we want to do on this trip. Maybe certain meals in certain places, or going to visit certain things. And it's but plans can and do change all the time. So if there's something that we miss out on doing at one place, we might then you know make the exception to do it somewhere else instead. So So yeah, maybe if we don't spend $700 on like a preview of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, then maybe we can just about justify doing Mickey's Not So Scary instead.
Exactly.
Hey Isaac, how you doing?
How are you? The amazing Isaac, and having, I don't know how you do it, Isaac, putting all the lyrics in for like all the fireworks and the music and everything at Disney. It's amazing.
I've been an admirer of Isaac's lyrical skills in the chat for years. Like, I've seen him doing it time and again, and it's brilliant. He's always there on the ball. As soon as a line comes out, it's there in the chat, and he's great keeping up with it every time. So.
It's incredible. It's amazing. And speaking of music, I know, Adam, you're a big fan of music, and you're also a musician.
I am. I have been. I was once. No, yeah.
Once.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No.
No.
I guess I was born a drummer, literally. I've been a drummer since as long as I can remember. And yeah, when I was at university, I'm going back to sort of the early 2000, 2001, 2002, something like that. And I was hanging around in the local music scene. In the town where I went to uni, and around the time that I graduated in 2002, I was approached to join a band, and we went out and spent life on the road on tour, and then we signed a record deal, and did more extensive touring, which was great fun, exhausting. My liver hurts when I think about it these days because of the rock and roll lifestyle, and then obviously fast forward to now when I'm kind of older, and I'd like to think wiser, maybe. and when I think about it, my body aches instantly. I'm like, okay, no, yeah, maybe I can't do all that anymore. But no, I do still enjoy gigging and things. I don't play as much these days, but I am kind of in a band that I joined a couple of years ago. As like the band has like several rotating musicians, if that makes sense. So
okay.
if I can't make a show, then another drummer will step in.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's I was literally asked to do it 2 years ago. So I'd seen the band play a couple of times before, and one of my friends is one of the other drummers, and he messaged me. It was the start of May 2022, and he said, "Hey man, can you do a gig for that band in a couple of weeks?" And I was like, "When you say a couple of weeks, do you literally mean 2 weeks?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna need the set list, and you got to bear in mind that I'm not here for the next week because I'm going to the Cannes Film Festival." And so I flew out to France. I came back, and I had literally 4 hours of practice with this band, and then had to do a show with them. And it was good fun, but it went really well. And so they kind of said, "Yeah, join us on a more permanent basis." And yeah, so we do that, and it's good fun. That's just a lot of rock and metal covers, shall we say? So
okay.
Anything from sort of Metallica to Green Day to Black Stone Cherry, Motorhead, AC/DC, stuff like that. Good fun. So yeah. Not the originals, like the stuff that I used to play, which was let's say it was a heavier brand of heavy metal. Very technical, very fast, very energetic. I think if I tried to do that now, I'd then be hospitalized for a week.
It's not easy. I mean, especially any instrument is difficult. But drumming is physical.
It's a workout. Yeah. It's a workout. It's good fun though. I mean, I used to be thinner then because I drummed so much. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's the key. Yeah, I've been trying to lose weight for the wedding, and I've just figured out why it's not working. I'm not drumming anymore, so that's what it is. I'm gonna go and unpack my kit in 10 minutes.
Well, I mean,
no, I won't.
but yeah, no, it's not easy. That's pretty awesome. I'm a big rock metal
You
fan,
are.
and
Yeah.
Rob, my brother, drums. So
Nice. That's
um
cool.
we're a very musical family. So I'm not so much musically talented, but I love music, and so it's pretty cool. I couldn't believe it. I think it was either in chat or something you mentioned that you were, a musician and you loved, the type of music that I liked and everything.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy because I
Yeah,
don't
yeah, you were
know.
talking about Rockville a couple of weeks ago, weren't you? And
Rockville.
yeah, because I was looking at Rockville when they first announced it, and obviously if we hadn't already booked the trip to Florida for the honeymoon, I would have been very tempted to have got a flight out there for Rockville. Yeah, I'd love to know what the tickets were like. Did you go for just one day, or did you go for like the whole thing? Or...
I went for one day and I did get VIP, which
Oh, cool.
sounds expensive. And honestly, I feel like the VIP wasn't necessarily worth it unless you were there the entire day. If you were there the
Yeah,
entire day, then it was worth it. I
yeah.
only went for the last couple of bands.
Ah, okay.
Um, and I felt like I didn't really need it. Like I actually like they had a special VIP area
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I want to go closer to the stage. So I just like, was like, okay, forget VIP area and I went in the pit. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's always better in the pit anyway. Like, I mean, I've been backstage at several gigs and stuff. Like, obviously, yeah, you're right. We were talking in the chat on your stream a couple of weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
and I obviously when you talked about hanging out with Avenged Sevenfold and the Rev and things, and likewise, I've been fortunate enough to hang out and go on tour with Lamb of God and a few other bands, the Deftones and a few others.
Oh,
But
cool.
I've been backstage with Lamb of God, watching them side stage, back by the drum kit and stuff, and it's very cool to be up on the stage, sort of with them, but it sounds completely different. You don't get the same vibe as when you're actually out in the pit, and it's nothing beats being in the pit at any gig, so yeah.
Yeah, no. As long as I don't get pulled into the mosh pit, then I'm okay.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
stay off to the side.
yeah, there's an etiquette. Like you don't just pull and push people into a pit. You make sure whoever's in the pit wants to be in the pit.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any stories that you want to share for, being backstage? Because I think I
Ah,
mentioned one story with Papa Roach last stream. So do you have any stories
I'm
that you
trying
can
to think.
share, that you want to share? No
Yeah,
pressure.
I'll have to rack my brain. I mean, what I will say, because I mean anyone, and I'm not sure how many of your viewers, obviously I know it's a very Disney orientated viewership, but so whether many people are into to rock and metal, and especially metal, like a band like Lamb of God or anything like that, but
Hmm.
they'd know that Randy Blythe, is lives a very sober life now. He doesn't live the rock and roll lifestyle of someone who's in their 20s may have done.
You really can't. Like, I think that's the misconception, a lot of it. I'm not sure, the bands that I were around, like, they really didn't drink a lot, or like,
Yeah, most of them
because
drink non-alcoholic beer these days. Like,
it
it's
because you
yeah,
can't you
yeah.
can't like you can't
I know.
do
I
any of
tried.
that.
I tried.
You really can't. You
Yeah.
can't do that and then play shows the next day. it's
Oh
it's
yeah. It's
impossible.
yeah.
So I think that's a misconception that
Yeah.
people have.
Definitely. Definitely. But no. I mean, I went out on tour with those guys when they did used to drink a bit, and they would have the odd few party nights if they had like a day off the next day and stuff like that. And yeah, I remember it was around the time that um my daughter's mum was pregnant with Ebony, and I remember showing Randy the pregnancy picture, and he gave me a big hug, like, and that,
Oh.
and then fast forward a year later, and it was like, here she is, like, and again he gave me a big hug, and he's such a sweetheart, basically, and it's funny because you see these bands who have this kind of really screamy in your face kind of aggressive music, but actually they're just absolute sweethearts backstage, and they're great to hang out with, and things. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I haven't, I'd have to think, like you say, it's stories that you can tell, and yeah, I'd have a think, maybe I'll cobble one or two together that I can remember. Yeah, it's racking your brains back on the spot. It's
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. But yeah, I'll have a think, and if there's one I can think of, I'll let you know for a future stream.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no, definitely. We have to have
Yeah,
another music stream. I can talk about music forever, so.
yeah. Your mum's a fan of Pantera, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I played with Vinnie Paul 10 years ago. So
Oh my
it was
gosh.
obviously it was after Pantera because obviously
Yeah.
Dime and Vinny left. It was 2000 and well, I think Pantera's last show up until the current version touring now was maybe 2001, 2002, something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, so um, it was 2014. So Vinnie Paul was now playing in Hell Yeah, which is the band that he did with the guys from Mudvayne, and they were on tour, and they came to our city where I live, and they wanted a support band, and so the band that I was in at the time, this was an originals band. We kind of stepped forward and said we'll do it, and they were like, "Yep." We'd already supported
Wow.
Breed 77 and another couple of bands that had come through, so they were kind of like, "Yep, absolutely, you can come and do this show." And we opened up the first song, and as the song finished, we looked up, and on the balcony up the top was Vinny, and he stood there, and he threw the horns in the air in salute, and that was the kind of oh my god moment, like yeah, that was the coolest thing. And then afterwards backstage, he came over to me. He kind of pointed me out, and he came over to talk to me. And he was like, he said, "You're in a cool band, and you're a cool drummer." And that coming from Vinnie Paul blew my mind. I was like, "Thank you so
Wow.
much," because I I didn't feel it was justified or anything, but it was the nicest compliment to have received by one of your
That's
idols. So
insane.
so yeah, so that's probably the coolest story I've got. Like definitely that I can definitely tell. So yeah, yeah,
That's so awesome. Yeah, mom and I actually went to in Disney Springs at the House of Blues. They had a Pantera tribute band. It was Pantera
nice.
and it was Metallica,
Oh,
and
amazing.
it
Yeah,
was really good. Um, not the
that that
original, but
that would have been very cool. No, but even so,
yeah.
like even tribute bands are great.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
I love.
I remember seeing Vinny's drum kit, and it's sadly we're obviously talking about Dimebag. It's that drum kit from that show. That used to be on the wall at the Hard Rock Cafe in Orlando at Universal.
Really?
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was. Yeah, I didn't know how I felt about it. It was because
Huh.
it's obviously such a monumental moment. But that was that
Yeah.
drum kit was on the wall.
Wow.
That was around 2007, I think. Yeah. So,
Wow. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I keep on looking. Obviously, with the trip coming ahead, I keep on looking at things like House of Blues and seeing if there's any gigs coming up that might be, cool to go to. Because I'd love to go to a gig out there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, mom, is mom still in chat? Mom looks all the time. She's like, "There's no good concerts anywhere. Why isn't anybody playing?" I feel like everybody's waiting for the summer to be over. They're like, "Forget this heat. We're not going to play Florida in the summer," and they're waiting for September, October. That's when I see concerts starting to pop up. So,
Yeah, I was living and working in New York in 2001 for 3.5 months. New York for a bit, and then New Jersey, and then back to New York again. But I think it was the day after I got to New York, I was like, okay, let's look. I found a local paper with gig guide and things, and I just missed a Slayer and Rammstein concert, and oh, that would have been
oh
great
no,
to have gone to. Yeah, so
oh no.
yeah, that would have been great. I missed it by one night. So
Oh, that stinks. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. And thank you again, Adam. It's very late where you are, so I appreciate you staying super
that's okay.
late.
It's okay. It's Friday night. It's early for me. It's fine.
True.
Yeah, I'll be up for a while yet. So
I've kind of noticed that too. The Southeast, yeah, they kind of just they're like, no. Even when I was in New York, I felt like the bands weren't playing Long Island at all. And we have a bunch of nice venues on Long Island. And like we have Jones Beach, we have Nassau Coliseum, we have like smaller venues that are really nice. So I don't know. I don't know why it's like Madison Square Garden or nothing. So, but yeah, I actually saw Avenged back in September. I was kind of sad about it. They weren't as good as they used to
I
be.
mean, that's the thing with most bands, isn't it? Is like I said about myself, I've aged a lot, and I probably can't play the way I used to play 20 years ago, and that's the same with all of our idols. You know, arguably the best gigs I've seen, or some of the best gigs I've seen are by Metallica or by Slipknot. And then you fast forward to now, and Slipknot are not the animal they were 20 years ago. Metallica are not the animal they were 20 years ago, or 25 years ago. So it's just it's just an unfortunate part of the aging process. But it happens to our most beloved bands. Like you say, you see them and you kind of go, it wasn't the same. But you still enjoy it. They're still great to see. Like I wouldn't miss out on them for the world. But yeah, it's. It is a shame when they don't hit the heights that you've seen them at previously.
Yeah, it's interesting because it was just, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it was just an off day, but yeah, my drink, I'm still drinking it.
I'm gonna make another one. If you're
another
still drinking,
one.
I'm gonna make another one. Why not?
Another.
Why not? For anyone that missed the drink earlier, I'm gonna do it live now.
Oh, so, cool! Nice.
Yeah.
Live drink making.
The PinkPam. What did I call it? The PinkPam mojito.
Mojito.
Yeah. So okay. So if you can't see, I've taken an empty glass. I've put a layer of blueberries in the bottom, a layer of fresh blueberries in the bottom, and I'm going to add some fresh lemon in there as well. And then I'm going to get a muddler, and I'm just going to muddle all that together to get all the juices, because the blueberry juice gives us what we want, and then obviously you want the citrus from the lemon as well. So we'll get all that muddled down together in the bottom. Now I'm feeling the pressure that I've got to deliver this.
Well, you wanted another one, so here we go.
I did want another one. It's Friday night. It's been a long week. I'm allowed to let my hair down, and
exactly.
Yeah, it's been. There's obviously you were talking about the video that I did. There's another video that I've spent the last month working on, and it's part of our wedding invitation basically. So yeah, because our wedding is movie themed.
Okay.
And so yeah, I will publish the video on my channel soon. That's all I can say at the moment, but yeah, look out for it. There's a movie themed kind of wedding invitation style video. That's so what we've done is we've kind of sent the invitations out to everyone, and because it's a movie themed wedding, each invitation has like a cinema ticket, if you like, included with a QR code, and that QR code will open up this YouTube video that I've already published but made it kind of private. So I'll share the link with you later, Pam.
Nice.
Off screen, and yeah, it's a nice homage to several movies, but kind of sort of playing up at mine and Kim's lives, if you like, and yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's been the last month working on that, and it's been exhausting. And yeah, so that's why Kim's flat out asleep at the moment. Like I said, she's going shopping tomorrow and things, and I'm so tired. But
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much.
No. Do you know, it's not tired. It's not that I want to go to sleep right now.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's late. It's not a sleep tired. It's just physical tired.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Physical and mental, I think, as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well,
Right.
we're having a drink,
We're
so
having a drink. So I've got the blueberries, I've got the lemon in there, I've got the fresh mint in there, and now I'm going to pour in some Bacardi. I'm trying not to spill it. There we go. Don't waste the Bacardi, obviously. That would be criminal.
yes, don't do that.
Yeah, so I've poured in a double shot of Bacardi, and now I'm going to pour in a single shot of sugar syrup because we want to give it a bit of sweetness. This is obviously a twist on the classic mojito. We're making it PinkPam style. So. So sugar syrup, single shot. I know I did spell that earlier, and it's very, very sticky. So
No, no.
you managed to get sugar syrup, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It's it's very, very sticky. So.
I actually have all the ingredients right here in case I wanted to make another one. Ooh, I'm shaking everything. Hold on.
Nice.
So yeah, I have syrup. I have my Bacardi here. I have my Prosecco.
Nice. Did you get frozen blueberries as well as fresh ones?
I did.
Frozen ones in there now as well. Nice, and I'm going to chuck some ice in there if I can. Try not to put too much in because otherwise there's not much room for Prosecco. There we go. So obviously, normally you'd make this with soda water at the top, but it's PinkPam's drink. I wanted to do something different, put a bit of a twist on it. Pink Prosecco, I think, is the way to do that.
Yes.
So,
Not gonna
Pink
lie,
Prosecco.
I actually had pink Prosecco.
You had that, yeah?
I already had it.
Yeah, there you go. I would have been disappointed if you didn't. So a dash of lime juice at the end. I'm not going to put too much in because if you do, then that's all you'll taste. And then if you want to, and it's completely up to you, I've used a lowball glass, so it doesn't really need it. You can put a tiny bit of soda water in there. If you use a highball glass, you can obviously put a bit more soda in there. You don't want to drown it though. Who wants to do that? You want to taste the alcohol, taste all the good stuff. Get the mixing spoon, run that through without chucking all the drink everywhere because, again, don't spill it. That's criminal. But pull through the mint leaves, pull through the blueberries and the bits of lemon. It gives it the colour that you want.
We actually have a question. Why frozen and fresh blueberries?
Why frozen and fresh? So the fresh ones, you're squeezing them, you're getting all the juice out to give it that nice pink colour that we wanted. That's where the pink colour comes from. Obviously we got a bit of the pink Prosecco as well, but you know, it's the blueberries that give it the colour. The fresh ones are just more of a kind of almost like a garnish, I guess, just to make it look a bit prettier. So speaking of garnish, oh no, I ruined that. Let's try that again. That's the pressure of live. There we go. Just a mint garnish in the top there as well, like so.
Oh,
There we go.
cheers.
Cheers to you, Pam. And I'm so glad you like the drink. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't ask her to try it first. So,
No, I love mojitos. So when you said I saw that it was a mojito, I was like, yes.
good, yeah. Well, when I asked you, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, I was like, what drinks? And once you said it, I was like, okay, I know exactly where I'm going with this. That's fine. Yeah. Mojitos was one I'd done previously, so I was like, okay, I know I can do something and make that a little bit different, a little bit fun. So yeah.
I thought you were going to do a Long Island because I'm from Long Island, but Long Islands are dangerous for me.
Long Islands are ridiculous. Like the amount of alcohol in a Long Island. I did a Long Island for Rob. Yeah. So on the pub stream, on the pub talk stream, where I mixed all the different cocktails, I did a cocktail for whoever was on the stream. So do you know Joey from Joey's World?
Yes.
But yeah. So I did a Jojito. You know, and then obviously Joey has Lisa and Keith with him all the time. So I can't remember what drink I did for Lisa, but I did one for Lisa. I did one for Keith, which was a mule, a Moss Keith mule.
Thanks.
Yeah, I did one for Disney Dan. I did one for Rob. Rob's was the fizz iced tea, and it was like that was nuclear. because I got the recipe and I was like, right, okay, and I added all the stuff together and I had got my shaker out and I was shaking it and and Rob was laughing his head off. He thought it was good fun while shaking this thing and I mixed it together and I tried it. I was like, oh my god, I was like, I can't stand here and do pub talk and drink this drink. It was that's when things started to go south. the Thankfully Kim was in here to help me drink a few, so because that iced tea was just it's silly. Whoever invented that drink, I want to shake their hand and ask them what they were thinking at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I had two Long Island iced teas once, and I will never have them again, at least for a while. So
Was it a bad night?
it was an interesting night.
An interesting night, yeah.
Yeah,
The question is, do you remember it?
a little bit,
A
a
little
little
bit,
bit.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
But yeah. So I'm usually like a 2 drink girl, and I'm done. I'm good.
Oh, okay. So yeah. That's a cheap
Yeah,
date. A cheap date.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
No, yeah. I know, like, and I'm not going to generalize all Americans here, but it's fair to say that America isn't as big a drinking culture as Europe. So
Really?
yeah, America, like, it's, and I don't want this to sound like an arrogant comment or like an aggressive comment or anything like that. But I think the European perception of Americans is that Americans can't drink or don't drink, a lot, So
Got it.
whereas Europeans, I mean, TD would probably attest to this. Like,
TD.
Germany and Belgium do some of the best beers out there. Obviously, France is known for its wine and its champagne and things. The UK has a major drink problem. I might be part of that. I mean, I'm stood in my own bar right now. So no, yeah, yeah. It's just a different culture over here.
Okay.
Yeah, people just enjoy a drink a lot more. Whereas when I go to America, it's not to say, like I say, it's not to say Americans don't drink or don't like a drink, but I think they're just a little bit more conservative with it. A little bit more
Okay.
reserved. So yeah. So which is probably sensible, really.
True. True. I've
So
never been
yeah,
over to the UK or anything, so I don't know.
you need
Like,
to. You need to.
I
But yeah,
know. I
yeah,
do.
yeah. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, if you come to Download Festival, and then you'll see some sites that you can't unsee.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure. I've seen download on online, and it looks
yeah.
like a crazy time.
It is
So
a crazy time. Yeah, it is a crazy time. Again, like when I think of Download, I instantly start to ache all over. So yeah.
it's a good ache, right? I
It's
mean, you're listening
it's
to some awesome music at
It
least.
is a good ache. It is a good ache. Yeah, yeah. It's just flashbacks of years gone by as well. So so a lot of fun times at Download. So yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I think you should. I mean, there's a lot more. I wouldn't want you to come to the UK and just go to Download. I'd be like, I'd want you to see some nice stuff as well. So
Yes.
yeah, I'd take you to see some nice things. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be like, I'm never going back there.
I know, right? That's all I see is a festival. I mean, if you came to Florida and just went to Rockville, you would never come back to Florida again. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Luckily, I've already been to Florida several times, so
yeah.
I know what the appeal is. I know what
Yes.
the allure is. But yeah, I've only been to Daytona once, and that was in 1991. So that was the first time I went to Florida. So yeah,
Daytona Daytona itself was very nice. I think I mean, it's a festival and people were there all day, all weekend. So, I mean, honestly, the people there were actually pretty nice. So I didn't have any problems with anybody. So
yeah,
Rockville was, it was definitely a good time. So,
good, good.
but, but yeah, so.
Yeah, it's something I'd like to do is a festival out there because I know Americans, or certainly American bands, will always say that the festivals in Europe are what they look forward to playing a lot. You know, European festivals, not just like Download at Castle Donington, but obviously you've got like the Rock am Ring in Germany, or you've got festivals in Belgium and France and Holland and Sweden and stuff like that. You know, they're all big festivals that they all look forward to playing. So I'd love to do some more on the continent. I did do one in Holland, in the Netherlands back in 2000, which was good fun. But yeah, I'd love to go to, like I say, there's a couple in America that I'd like to see as well, just to compare them, and you know, so Rockville would be one, or maybe Coachella or something like that if there was a good headliner and things. So yeah.
Yeah. The last festival, I went to a smaller festival last year. It was Parkway Drive was playing, and that was super small. But like the only other festivals I had ever been to besides Rockville was either like an Ozfest or a Warp Tour. Warp Tour was
nice.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
Here, that was in Long Island when I was still on Long Island. So that was pretty interesting. Hot because you're on like a pavement, just like.
Oh wow.
but yeah.
A festival on a pavement sounds dangerous, especially if it's metal music and
it was bad.
Mosh pits and stuff. Yeah,
that
doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun. I've been to an Ozfest, like because they did Oz. I've been to a couple actually. They did a couple of Ozfests in the UK. I know it was always more of a touring festival in the US, whereas it would normally be a one a year kind of in the UK. But Ozzy or Sabbath, whichever one he was doing at the time, would always rack up and bring a full lineup with them, and they were good fun. Yeah, Ozfest was always good fun.
Yeah, Ozfest. I actually got to see the Ozfest where I think it was Ozfest where it was the reunion. It was the Black Sabbath reunion. That was at Jones Beach. That was pretty amazing.
Which year was that?
I was in high school, so it's going back a long time.
I remember they did one in 2001, which was a Black Sabbath reunion. So
that's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to that one over here as well. So
yeah
that was a very, very, very cool.
It was good. It was good. I think Slayer was there as well, and Judas Priest was there. So it was a pretty crazy concert. So
nice.
Thank you guys for hitting that like button. Thank you guys. Thanks, Kate.
I think Kate's onto something there. Who's not hit the like button, guys?
Who hasn't hit the like button? Mom, have you hit the like button? You do that a lot.
We can get this to 100, I'm sure. So let's see.
Maverick. Yeah, the Black Sabbath reunion with Bill Ward. Yeah. That was pretty crazy. That was the concert where it was me and my dad. I went with my dad, and it was at Jones Beach, and we were in front of these two guys who were so into it. Like they were so into the concert, and it started pouring rain. And so they're like whipping their head around, and they had long hair. Like they had hair longer than I do. Yeah. And they're whipping their hair around, and the rain and like the water's just like spraying on my dad and I. Were like, oh my gosh, but they were just having such a good time. We're like, it's okay, it's fine.
I remember I was at one festival. I can't remember which one it was, but I was at one festival, and I was in the pit with one of my best friends, and obviously it was middle of the afternoon. It was really sunny. It was really hot. You know, there's lots of big, hairy, sort of long-haired, sort of sweaty men in the pit, you know, pushing each other around and stuff. And some of them have now taken their tops off because it's that hot in there.
Yeah.
And there's one guy who had a back tattoo, which was his entire back was, I can't remember which album it was, but it was one of Iron Maiden's album covers. It was, as a piece of art, it was absolutely beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
But the funniest thing was my best friend pointed it out to me, and then he got the close-up he never wanted, because he kind of pointed it out and he went, Adam, look at that. Isn't that and then he was
Oh
suddenly
no.
face up against this because he got pushed from behind. He got pushed from behind, and suddenly he just kind of smacked against this guy and slid down like something out of a comedy film. It was just you could almost hear him go down his back, and it was I kind of stood there for 5 minutes killing myself laughing. So yeah, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So yeah, that was a good festival moment. Not for him, but for me, it was brilliant.
Things
yeah.
that happen at festivals, for sure. You see some interesting things that we probably can't say on stream. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm selective with my stories.
Yeah. I saw some interesting outfits at Rockfest. So I won't even get into that. But we're at 96 likes. Oh my gosh, that worked. That's crazy.
That worked. We're close. We're close.
We're so
Come on,
close to
guys.
100, guys. Come on. Already liked. Thank you, Maverick.
I would like to confirm that I have liked as well. So yeah.
Thank you. Mom said that she liked as well. So thanks, Mom.
So
Show the picture. What are you talking about, picture? Oh, I know what she's talking about. Talking about music. So when I lived on Long Island, I'm sure you guys know the band Twisted Sister.
nice. Dee Snider.
They're actually Dee Schneider. They're actually from my from where I used to live, and Dee Schneider's mom used to visit the library that I worked at, and
Nice. That's cool.
she was a great painter and a great artist. And we used to have art classes at the library, and I was asked to pose for one of the art classes, and Dee Schneider's mom actually drew me.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And I have one of the photos that she drew, and I actually, hold on, Mom actually found it, and you can see it says Schneider down at the bottom.
That's amazing.
That's me back in the day. Cool. And you can actually see, I don't know if you can see on screen, but it says Snyder right there.
That's awesome. That is really cool.
Yeah.
That's
but it's kind of insane. She was a very nice lady, very talented artist. So Titanic style, does it look like I was on the Titanic? It was actually she used what is it called? Oil
painting, yeah.
Oil painting, yeah.
Nice.
So
that is very cool.
Was it pink hair? No, I actually had a pink scarf around me. So they asked me to wear something like bright. So it wasn't just like, because I wear a lot of like monochrome like colors, like black and white, and they're like, wear something like bright. So I wore a pink leopard print scarf, and that's what the pink is.
I think I used to live in black. I would literally just wear black t-shirts and black hoodies all the time. Like when now there's a bit more color to my wardrobe now, but yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy. But yeah.
Was that when you put the painting down? I had a drumstick. Was that one of the Revs ones?
Yeah, it's the Rev. I still have it right here. It's the Rev stick.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some of Vinnie Paul's drumsticks, and I've got some of Chris Adler's from Lamb of God. So yeah, I've got several of their sticks as well.
That's awesome.
And
yeah.
I've got one of Metallica's guitar picks as well.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
a lot
awesome.
of Lamb of God guitar picks. A lot of Lamb of God guitar picks, but one of Metallica's. So yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, I'm very grateful that I have this. From
definitely a keepsake. I mean, a keepsake from any gig, but especially with the Rev no longer being with us. You know, I look at the Vinnie Paul drumsticks the same way. It's like definitely a lovely keepsake to have.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Kind of crazy. But yes, I know it. I mean, you can't go wrong with a black and white outfit or anything. So I live in mostly gray. Mostly. That's what somebody said. Oh, someone has a A7X pick. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Was it Sins or Zacky's?
Was that Max? Max has got Max has got the pick. Nice.
But yeah. So thank you so much, Adam, for this. This is a lot of fun. We definitely have to do like a music stream or some other kind of home stream together.
I'm down whenever you want. I'm down. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you emptied your drink?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Don't.
The night's young. The night's young.
It's young. Exactly.
I was kind of like, I stocked up the bar before, and I was like, oh, shall I open a beer as well? And, I won't bother tonight, but yeah.
The bass player, so it doesn't count. What does that mean? Bass player, so it doesn't count. Johnny was an interesting character. But awesome guest. Yeah, thank you so much, Adam.
Thanks, you're more than welcome.
Did we get to 100 likes though? Hold on. We're not ending the stream until we get to 100 likes. We're not ending it.
Where are we at?
I have no idea.
Not yet.
Not yet. Come on, guys.
That means I've got to drink some more, guys.
Adam has to make another.
Yeah, the less you like, the more I drink. Oh no.
Ooh, Roy says I had a Pantera bass pick. May still have it.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Roy. 96. Thank you, Stanley.
Oh, thanks, Stanley.
Ooh, Mom. Yeah, Mom. Roy. Mom, that's Mom's favorite band. TD, stop. Stop, TD. My amazing mod, TD.
Your mods do a great job as well. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
I've noticed them doing their thing and keeping unnecessary comments to a minimum and things like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. They do a great job. So I modded for I still am a mod for Resort TV 1, so I know how challenging it can be sometimes. So
I can't imagine.
Yeah. So hats off or kudos to Stephen and TD and
yeah. And Dole Whip Dave. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Ooh. I'm over in Florida in December with the family on holiday for 3 weeks. Can't wait. That's pretty awesome. You get to be here for the holidays.
Nice.
The best time. And the weather's not like crazy. It's not, super hot, and it's not super rainy. It's perfect weather.
That's one thing I always said I kind of wanted to do, but I'd be torn as well because like Christmas is, as very much as the song says, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's like, it's certainly my favorite time of the year. But I would love to experience Christmas in Florida. However, I also love my traditions that I have over here, if that makes sense, around the holidays, and I'd be very reluctant to let them go if that makes sense. Like, so it's I would love to experience it. Although the idea of the parks in that sort of period in between Christmas and New Year, when they're apparently absolutely crazy busy, doesn't sound so appealing. Like I think aren't they some of the busiest days in the year?
Oh, yes. I mean, I think Magic Kingdom has been to capacity during Christmas and especially New Year's Eve. Epcot and Magic Kingdom are usually at capacity. So
nice. Yeah. So yeah, like I know Disney Dan, who does Pub Talk with us sometimes. I know he went a couple of years ago around Christmas, New Year. And he said it was crazy busy. He said it was good fun still, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the last few times I've been to Florida, with the exception of our last trip, have normally been sort of late August going into September, which is what we're doing this time as well. And it's always a bit quieter because the kids have just gone back to school in America. Whereas last time when we came, I think it was around the time it was fall break, so the parks were noticeably busier. So so if they get even crazier than that around Christmas time, then it does kind of make you think, oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd really fancy waiting 5 hours for Flight of Passage again or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah, TD has asked me a question. So TD, yes, I was born in Germany. It was the place was called RAF Vegberg, and it's near. I don't like that airbase doesn't exist anymore, but it was near Mönchengladbach where I was born. So yeah, RAF Vegberg, and it was near Mönchengladbach, and then we moved back to the UK, and then we moved back to Germany for a while, and I lived in a place called RAF Larbruck. I'm not sure where that was. I think it was close to the border with the Netherlands, but yeah, that's as much as I mean, I was 4 years old when we moved back to the UK permanently then, so obviously my memories are a little bit hazy, but yeah, that's the information I do know, so I hope that helps.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, TD. Hey, S. Becker, just hop on. Did I miss the drink recipe? Yeah, but you can watch it back. There's a video, and then Adam made it live, too. So you can go back and watch the video and watch Adam make it live as well. So, oh, did we get 100? 101 likes. Like the Dalmatians. Awesome. S. Becker saying hi to Mom. Ooh, I'm like missing chat and everything. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Stanley.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. Thanks, guys. I know, it was an awesome video. I'm still like...
Thanks, Stephen.
I was not expecting that. 103 likes. We're still going. Oh my gosh.
I thought I'd better make a video that, like, because I remember the pub talk stream, and I was so engrossed in the conversation that I kind of lost track of actually making drinks on that pub talk stream at Christmas. I don't think I ended up making any, maybe one. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I at least had a video that you could kind of watch a couple of times or follow along and things like that. And and you've got it now forever. You can make as many of those drinks as you like. So if you want to.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was when I was making it, this drink, I was like, okay, I actually remembered everything. I watched it like twice, and I was able to remember everything, which is kind of crazy. So that's how good the video was. So
yeah. Excellent. I'll take that as a success then.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, there was other ideas I was going to play around with as well, but I was very mindful of making sure that I picked ingredients that I thought you'd be able to get hold of, because like,
oh, true,
that one ingredient that is used in a lot of cocktails in the UK is lemonade. However, British lemonade and American lemonade are two very different things.
Okay.
So lemonade in the UK is more like your Sprite, whereas your lemonade is like freshly squeezed lemons, I think. Yeah. So what we call lemonade is a fizzy, carbonated, lemon flavored drink. So Sprite is obviously lemon and lime. So imagine Sprite without the lime, essentially. So it's just a sweet, sugary, carbonated lemon version of that. So that's what lemonade is in England. But you can also get pink lemonade. So obviously PinkPam, pink lemonade. I picked it up in the supermarket. I was like, yes! And I kind of got it home and went, she won't be able to get this. So, yeah, I was like, okay, I can't do anything with lemonade, so that's just still sitting there on the side. So yeah, because I knew you wouldn't be able to copy it. And I was like, oh no, okay, I can't do anything like that. So
that's so interesting. I never thought of that. Like, that you would have different ingredients that I wouldn't be able to get here.
Yeah,
like that.
Which is, I mean, to us it's crazy because lemonade lemonade is as common as Coke. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
Coke or lemonade. It's always the thing. Like if you want a soft drink, if you want a soda, Coke or lemonade.
Wow.
It's a simple thing, but then obviously you go to America and there is no lemonade. Unless you happen across uh, someone's yard sale where they've made freshly squeezed lemonade, like which it's not like you see it on tap in a bar or anything as an
So-
option to yeah.
Huh.
So in the UK, people drink vodka and lemonade, or people make we taught Rob Fuzz this one, but obviously we forgot the lemonade difference. But if people want to have a couple of beers and still be able to drive, they'll have what they call a shandy. And a shandy is like if you take a pint glass and you have half a beer and half lemonade,
Mm-hmm.
so it dilutes it and gives it a bit more sweetness. But that's so we told Rob Fuzz that one, and so Rob Fuzz was making it, but with American lemonade, and he was like, "This is weird."
Tastes
and then
weird.
and then we realized, and we were like, "Ah, that'd be why." Yeah, yeah. So it's funny how like we are so similar, and yet we just have those little slight differences like between the US and the UK that
Wait, so
every now and then just throws
is
up a
there
blocker.
something like lemonade
Well,
where you
yeah,
guys are?
probably Sprite. Oh, what something
Okay.
like what something?
Like American lemonade. Like
No, no, not really. No,
no?
no. Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think that's a thing. Because what is it? Is it just freshly squeezed lemons and what? Like
Pretty
anything
much
else?
sugar. Yeah.
And sugar, and that's it. Yeah. So
Sugar.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
nobody does anything like that over here.
Hmm.
And same. We don't really have Kool-Aid either. I think you can buy it like sometimes, like, but obviously, you go to Walmart and you see like a million different flavors of Kool-Aid, but that's not something you'll ever see in a supermarket over here. So
Hmm.
there's just those little slight differences, like so yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So it's just
Interesting.
things like that. I had to be mindful and go, okay, I need to make a cocktail that I know you can get the ingredients of. So, but yeah,
A good
I'll come with another one sometime as well. So
a
how,
good British gin and tonic? Is that different than a American gin and tonic?
I would expect it to be
Yeah.
the same as an American one. I don't know of any differences. I love a good gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to make it nice and strong. You want the gin to hit you as well. Like I don't like and again as a British thing, a lot of people will ruin their gin and have gin and lemonade, which I think is criminal. But it's too sweet. But yeah, but yeah, gin and tonic. I like it. I like a gin and tonic. I'm a
Nice.
big fan, and I like to mix up the ingredients because obviously gin and tonic. Normally people will put a piece of lemon or lime with it. I like to do lime and chili, and it gives it a really it gives it a heat, But the lime is still nice in there, like gives it that citrus zing, but yeah, the chili gives it a heat as well. It makes a nice drink. So
Ooh, nice. I think I had like I think it was at Disney somewhere, and it had like a spicy chili in it. I think it was like a margarita. And actually mom got super excited because at Epcot they have a new margarita, and it's a coffee
oh, nice,
margarita, which
nice.
I don't know, like mom was super excited about it, and I'm like, "Mom, but it's a coffee and tequila. Like I don't know how that's going to how that's going to
Yeah,
work."
yeah. I'd be intrigued. I mean, like obviously, I like an espresso martini, but
Mhm.
yeah, a coffee margarita. That'd be
It's going to be interesting. I'm like, we have to go to Epcot now soon so we can try it on
Food
stream.
and wine is my favorite festival. I think
Yeah.
food and wine, I am all for that. And so the idea of drinking around the world and racking up at several of the booths and going, right, what have you got to try? Fantastic. Yeah, they yeah, there's always some interesting beers and ciders and things during food and wine. So
Yeah.
yeah, very much looking forward to doing that and trying new drinks again.
Nice, guys. Thank you, Greg. Have a great night. Thanks,
Take
Adam,
care,
for the
Greg.
cool drink.
My pleasure. I hope I don't know if many people made it along. Like if anyone made it along and tried it themselves. But
Yeah.
if anyone does, I hope you enjoy it. I apologize if you don't.
Yeah, no, guys, if you actually do make it, send a picture on Instagram or something. Follow me on Instagram or mom on Instagram or I don't know, Adam, do you want your Instagram put up or
Happy to. Yeah, happy to.
yeah, or
Yeah,
send
yeah.
Adam on Instagram. I know we had it in chat before. So yeah, like let us know. Send
Hashtag
pictures.
hashtag PinkPam mojito.
Pam Mojito. Oh, here's Steven put my Instagram. It's just PinkPam86. And then mom's Instagram. I'm sure your Instagram's gonna be next, Adam. And there it is, Adam's.
Thanks, guys. I have two Instagrams because I think when I first started my YouTube channel, I was trying to keep me and my YouTube life separate. That was the plan. But I mean, then obviously the fact that I haven't made it a secret that I'm a film producer and things as well, it was very difficult to not like, if you're going to be a film producer, it's you kind of, you're out there for all to see and look at and everything. So it was one of those that I was kind of like, yeah, this whole separate YouTube thing isn't going to work. So I might as well just embrace the whole lot together. So yeah, I do have the Adamsland Instagram, but I don't. Most of my Instagram posts are on my other one. So
the other one, okay,
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Easy. Okay, guys, it's I feel bad keeping Adam for any longer than 2 hours.
It's only 3 a.m. It's fine.
I know. So I think we're gonna end the stream here. So you guys know what that means. If you guys wouldn't mind saying goodnight in chat so we can thank you for joining us. And thank you, Adam, again.
My pleasure. My pleasure was all mine. So yeah.
This is a lot of fun. And check out Adam's channel and soon to be vlogs from Disney.
Yep.
So
soon to be vlogs, maybe a couple of live streams as well. But yeah, definitely some more content coming very, very soon. So yes.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Everyone's saying no in chat. Good night, Ace. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you to my amazing mods, TD, Dolib Dave, and the Real Steven TV. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Maverick. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Stanley, saying no, Stanley. Good night, S. Becker. Thanks for joining us. And go back and check out the drink, S. Becker. You guys, you have to let me know if you guys enjoyed the drink. Everyone's saying no. Thank you, Max. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Roy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Easy. Thank you guys so much for joining. I love these home streams because I feel like I get to really like look at chat and really speak. Like sometimes in the parks it's a little crazy.
It's difficult. It's difficult when you're walking around and doing it. Obviously I've streamed a couple of times, but to my channel it's there's what it's like when you're starting out. It's there's not a lot of people sort of in your streams to begin with, but then I streamed Disneyland Paris for Resort TV 1 and that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I just remember I couldn't take my eyes off the phone, but also I kind of had to be mindful of not walking into people and
yes.
It's like learning how to balance all over again. So yeah.
So, but we'll have more home streams. I think over the summer, especially. I think I'm going to have at least every 2 weeks. And I was thinking next week. She's probably not in chat. And Adam, you're invited to this too as well. I think our next home stream is going to be on the 14th, which is June 14th. So 2 weeks from now. And I think we're going to do some Universal talk. So hopefully they'll have a lot more information about Halloween Horror Nights. And my amazing friend Ash knows everything Halloween Horror Nights. So hopefully she can join me on that. So no
Amazing.
pressure though, Ash. No pressure. Dole Dave. Dole Dave is still in chat. No.
And Ash for that stream has to make a new drink. No, I'm joking.
Yes. Ash, she's still in chat. Hey, Ash.
She's here.
Thank you, my friend. With the pumpkins already ready. Where's tomorrow?
Where is tomorrow? Tomorrow's already here.
I know, right?
I mean, the 31st of May was so 3 hours ago. It's June here. Hey, how crazy is that? How crazy? It's June and it's May. Whoa, this is
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone in the last month. This is time travel. This is TT. When you get.
We're time traveling.
We are time traveling for real.
Oh my god! But tomorrow, I'll say. Tomorrow,
Sorry.
I'll say. We talked about it in the stream, so that doesn't give any type of hint, but it'll be a surprise. A Halloween drink. Oh my god.
Yes, Ash.
I think we have an idea. Ash, you're a genius. We're time traveling. Are we time traveling? Yes, we are. Oh my gosh. Good night, Michelle. Good night. Yes,
Michelle.
we'll be somewhere amazing. Somewhere here in Orlando, Florida. Let's go to SeaWorld, says Easy. I will say we're not going to SeaWorld.
Not enough people vlog from SeaWorld, though.
I know.
I know you did a live from there, didn't you, recently? Was it recently? It was like a month or so ago? Or?
No, not recently. I think the last stream I did there was Hanson, which was an amazing stream. Hanson, they put on a lot of good concerts at SeaWorld, I will say. So the next good concert at SeaWorld, we have to go. So good night, Movie Mania Nick. Good night, guys.
Good night, Nick.
Yes, we'll see Zach Hansen, St. Lex. Yeah, but I will see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you again to Adam. I'm pointing the wrong way. Adam.
Thank you for having me on. Honestly, it's been great. Like, all your streams are fantastic. I love the interaction that you have with your viewers and stuff like that, and it's been a pleasure to come on and make a drink for you and just hang out and talk, especially because we are so like-minded with everything, with Disney, with Universal, like our love for the parks, with our love for music and everything. It's just 2 hours has gone really quick.
Yeah.
I could go another 2 hours quite easily. It's not difficult to make that conversation and waffle on and thankfully your viewers have stayed and they've not gone who's this guy, don't need to watch him. So no, it's been a lot of fun. And thanks to everyone who's tuned in and asked questions and joined in the chat with us. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you again for everything. So we'll definitely have other live streams, home streams together. So but I'm gonna say good night, guys. Thank you guys so much. But should I do my outro? Hold on. I will be somewhere somewhere amazing, somewhere here in Orlando, Florida. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys all tomorrow on a special live stream. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys. I'm going to end the stream here.
Bye, guys.